Hello everyone, I hope and pray that you're doing well. Remembrance Day is coming up later this week on Saturday. I've been wearing my poppy this week, and I was wondering actually if it's fitting to wear a poppy in church, fitting to wear a poppy as a Christian. My own family story about war includes a grandfather who fought in the Dutch resistance against the Nazis in World War II. And my dad writes a bunch of stories about that, there's a bunch of poems about that included in this book, A Baker's Dozen. And then I also have an uncle who was a major general in the Canadian Army in the Korean War. And I've read through some of his stories that he relates of his war experience. And you know, from the stories that I've heard through my family, I can tell you that war diminishes people. That war diminishes people's humanity, that the effects of war are passed on from generation to generation. And some of us know that all too well. So why remember Remembrance Day, right? Is it a celebration of war? Is it some sort of glorification of war? I certainly hope not. But, you know, especially, you know, when you think about the conflicts and the wars going on across the globe, affecting people within our own congregation, right? Places like South Sudan and Ukraine and Russia, Syria, Turkey, Gaza, Israel, India, China, Taiwan, Egypt, Nigeria, all, you know, places where we know and love people. But I was still encouraged as I thought about war. When I looked this up from our denomination, you can find it right on our denomination website, this little quote: "All wars are the result of sin, and although God may use war in his judgment on nations, it is his purpose to make all wars cease." And then this: "Christians are called to do all in their power to promote peace and understanding between nations and the resolution of differences without recourse to war, but they must also at times perform the solemn duty of defending their nations against aggressors." So, I mean, one of the reasons why I wear this poppy is in remembrance of those who gave their lives in the cause of justice, right? Family members and others, right? And I wear a poppy in kind of longing and hope that God will make all things new, that God will make all wars to cease. And in the middle of a lot of brokenness, as Christians, we're invited to be peacemakers. I actually read a few minutes ago, I was looking this up online, where Canada currently has peacekeepers. We don't have very many, but we have personnel in Haiti and Mali and the Dominican Republic of Congo, Cyprus, Kosovo, and South Sudan. And then at our recent classes meeting, somebody was making fun of me, and they asked the following trivia question: who is Joel's favorite author to quote? And the answer is, Frederick Buechner, and I think it currently is still, because I've got a quote from Frederick Buechner. He writes, "Peace has come to mean the time when there aren't any wars, or even when there aren't any major wars. Beggars can't be choosers. Most of us settled for that. But in Hebrew, peace, shalom, means fullness, means having everything you need to be holy and happily yourself." And isn't that what we hope for? We long for, we pray for. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus announced, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." The peace of Christ be with you all.